That entity, that corporation out there, provides millions and millions of dollars of marketing funds to do what? Prey on the weaknesses of us humans. That's what they do. To lead you down the path to buy more food. It's not food that's good for you. It's food that's high in saturated fats, high in sugars, right? I mean, every day you really have to fight. You end up having to fight. You got to fight with that daily decision. Am I going to eat that piece of cake or not? Am I going to get up and exercise rather than sit there? It's a fight. It's a battle. And that's what I want to do. I want to help you with that fight. I want to provide you with a program to be able to win that fight. That's really why I'm here today. I want to be able to provide to folks like you a way for you to be able to reach your goals. If you don't have your health, can you accomplish your dreams? If there were a way for you to be as healthy as you've been in years, would you want to know how to do it? It's extremely difficult to find that burning desire within you. What's going to motivate you? You got to think about it. You got to really dig deep to find out what motivates you. Is it that you want to make sure that you're around for your daughter to be married? You want to see your kids get married? Or you decide that you're going to retire in 3 years and you want to go on cruises and you want to be able to travel with your husband or your wife? What's your burning desire? And we help you look for that burning desire in the FOY Health Program. You will continue to return to health. You will start to reverse some of the effects of prediabetes or whatever it might be. You can reverse the effects of prediabetes. It's something that you can reverse the effects of. And some of the other complications, some of the other devastating diseases that are directly tied statistically to being overweight and living an unhealthy lifestyle. What I thought would be interesting is looking at some of the programs that are out there. I thought it might be interesting and a little bit entertaining as well. When we were putting together the FOY Health Program, we looked at dozens and dozens and dozens of programs. Google them. Every single one of them is real. These diets are for real, and they've been around for years, and there's hundreds and hundreds more. But why is it that all those diet programs don't work? Why is it that 90% of people, 1 year after they start those programs and then stop, and 1 year after they stop those programs, they gain all the weight back that they lost on the programs, and a lot of times more? I mean, why is that? Well, really, there's 3 reasons why that is. The first reason is they don't really teach you anything. They don't teach you about the physiology or the psychology of humans. And you need to learn something different to be able to think a little bit different, right? We know we got to think a little bit differently. The other thing is they don't give you any strategies. They don't give you any specific skills that you can utilize to be able to deal with those face-to-face encounters with unplanned food. They don't give you that. I mean, some of them might, but generally speaking, they don't give you those strategies and those specific skills that you need. And lastly, they don't give you any way to break old habits, and they don't give you any new habits to develop, new habits to live with. And that's what you really need. I mean, this is about turning healthy and becoming healthy and maintaining your health for a lifetime. I mean, you go through the FOY Health Program for 6 weeks, but that's just the start, isn't it? Isn't this the start for you guys? I mean, this gives you the strength, it gives you the skills to be able to continue for the rest of your life and be healthy for the rest of your life. And the beautiful thing about this is it's not just you, it's the people around you. You're going to pass on your healthy ways to your family, to the people you care about, the people you love. So those are the 3 components that make the FOY Health Program different. So what do you do to be able to think a little bit differently? What we utilize in the FOY Health Program is something called cognitive behavioral therapy. Now, you can look at the terminology itself and you can get a feel for what that is. Cognitive, we know what that is. That's about the mental processes. That's about the thoughts. That's about the perceptions. That's about your memory. Behavioral is your actions, right? It's what you do. It's your behaviors. It's the way you act. And therapy, of course, is when you have something injured, you want to improve it. You want to make it better, so you go into therapy. So what FOY Health utilizes is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's a therapy to improve your behaviors using your cognitions, using your thoughts, using your mind. If you've got a tool available to you now in cognitive behavioral therapy that's that powerful and it's been proven to be effective for a return to a healthy lifestyle, why wouldn't you want to use it? It doesn't make sense not to use it. And that's what we're offering for you. We're offering you that type of strength. You establish in that theme, that reel that's running in the background of your mind, goal-furthering thoughts. It makes your return to health easier. It doesn't matter if you're returning to health or you have a goal of accomplishing something else. If you engage your subconscious thoughts, and we have methods to do that in the FOY Health Program, if you engage those thoughts, it becomes something that's almost like autopilot. It becomes habit. You don't have to think about it. It moves you in the right direction. If you say to yourself, I believe I can accomplish this. I believe I can lose the weight I want to lose. I believe I can be this healthy. If you tell yourself that, it works. You engage your subconscious mind. It's a critical, important tool that you can use for anything. Before I began studying psychology, before I got a degree in psychology, I used to be a little bit skeptical about this concept of subconscious thoughts directing my behaviors, right? I mean, it gives you sometimes, if you don't think about it or you don't have some knowledge about it, it gives you somewhat of an uncomfortable feeling. When I began studying psychology, I learned from some of the folks that have been around for many, many years, teachers that talk about and have studied these different types of subconscious theories and concepts that show the power of the subconscious mind. One of those gentlemen that I did not study under, but is a fellow named Robert Merton. Robert Merton was a sociologist, and Robert Merton spent his entire life learning about and studying one particular theory. And actually, Robert Merton was a guy that taught for 40 years at Columbia University and at Harvard University, a brilliant man. And he received for his work, he received the National Medal of Science. And the National Medal of Science is given out by the President of the United States of America. It's given to those people that have breakthrough theories or have work that creates a significant impact in their area of expertise. It's kind of like the Nobel Prize, but there isn't a category for the behavioral sciences for the Nobel Prize. So you have the National Medal of Science. And Robert Merton received a medal for his work in the self-fulfilling prophecy. You're all familiar with the self-fulfilling prophecy. Put in layman's terms so that I can understand it, the self-fulfilling prophecy is if you have a prediction or you have a belief in your mind, your subconscious thoughts will direct your behaviors so that that prediction or that belief comes true. I mean, it's a concept that's been around for many, many years. It's proven, it's accepted. Now, we don't understand why it happens necessarily, but it's a fact. So that's the power of the subconscious mind. In the FOY Health Program, is we utilize images. Now, on the right side of the brain is the artistic side of the brain. This is the right side of the brain. What happens in the right side? Well, that's the imagination, that's images, that's your creativity, that's your feelings that you have. So what we do is we try to engage this side of your brain. We provide you with tools where you can tap into that and you have images. Utilizing images will help you reach your goals. When he was 11 years old, Jason Pipley decided he was going to swim the English Channel. And if you're not familiar with the English Channel, it's really an amazing swim. The English Channel is that body of water that connects two major seas. One's an ocean and one's the North Sea. They're salt water. Very cold, very turbulent. It's a major international waterway, so you've got huge vessels that travel through it. There's jellyfish, there's sharks. It's 21 miles as the, well, I guess it wouldn't be as the crow flies, probably as the seagull flies, right? Across the water, 21 miles. It's never 21 miles because the currents are so strong, it takes you way north and then way south, and so it's way more than 21 miles. His dad had done it a number of years before him. He tried at 11 years old, and he did not succeed. What it did do is that attempt landed him on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Remember Johnny Carson? Right? before Jay Leno. I don't know if it's even on anymore. Landed him on that show. And on that national television show in front of millions of people, Jason Pipoli said, I'm going to pursue this dream. I'm going to swim the English Channel someday. So fast forward about 15 years, and here I am, asking the same questions today. What can I do to help motivate people, to help people reach their dreams? What can I do? And I thought, you know what would be really motivating for me is to find stories, and motivating for other people, find stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So God brings Jason Pipoli and me together. Good timing, right? Jason wants to swim 15 years later from when he attempted when he was 11 years old. He wants to swim the English Channel again. And I want to film it. I want to bring that to the people. Jason brings his dad. Jason brings his sister. And he brings his cousin. I bring my son. And I also bring, or actually meet over there, a guy named John, who was a professional photographer from the British Broadcast System Corporation, actually the BBC. So all of us are on this vessel, and we're going to travel alongside as Jason Pipoli swims the English Channel, or makes an attempt to swim the English Channel. It's really an unbelievable feat of endurance and willpower. It's absolutely incredible. And Jason finished that swim in 13 hours and 43 minutes. 13 hours and 43 minutes. Oh, I forgot to tell you, there's one more person on that vessel with us. There is something called the English Swim Association, English Channel Swim Association. And what that is an organization that's established to actually certify swims of the English Channel. And what they do is they are there when you leave the shore from England, and they're there when you touch the shore in France, and they make sure that there's not a boat that's picking you up halfway through and taking you through the water, right? They certify that you make the swim. And they also give you a plaque that shows the path that you took. They verify the actual mileage, and they verify the time, and it's very official. It's a certification process. So he was on the vessel as well. But I can tell you, Jason's swim of 13 hours and 45 minutes was not certified. Jason didn't care. Jason did this swim because he had a dream, and he held on to that dream. And the reason why he didn't get certified for that swim is because he had a flotation device strapped between his knees. It was a device about the size of an iPad, a little bit thicker than that, but about the size of an iPad. And he had it strapped between his knees. And you can't have assistance. You can't have flotation devices, a life jacket. You have to swim. And the reason why Jason had that flotation device between his knees is because 4 years before I met Jason, and 4 years before he attempted that swim again, Jason had a serious accident in Colorado. His vehicle slid off the road, his car flipped over, and he fractured his neck, broke his neck, and he was paralyzed from the chest down. The chest down, he was paralyzed. And Jason still kept that dream for all those years. Do you think Jason had a legitimate reason to not pursue that dream? Do you think he did? In anybody's book, he had a legitimate reason not to pursue his dream. He had an excuse, a legitimate excuse. So you think about that. When you're on your path to the return to health, there is no excuse for any one of you, to not pursue your dream and return to health.
I'm very excited about the FOY Health Program. I've lost 20 pounds, and I've lost 4.5 inches off my hips, 3.5 inches off my waist. And I feel the benefits are that I feel so much better, and I would endorse the program because how many programs do you attend where they tell you eat normally and learn this, and continue to eat normally and learn that, and you come away with so much awareness and education about what you're putting into your body and how to live a healthier lifestyle. I know it's something that I'll be doing for the rest of my life.
Never was on a weight loss program before, and this really motivated me to be conscious of what I eat and my calories and my sugar grams. I lost 13 pounds, 1.5 inches off my waist and 3.5 inches off my hips. And I'm very motivated now and very conscious of what I'm doing.
We hope you'll take the next step towards living your healthy lifestyle and subscribe to our YouTube channel or check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or somewhere else.